Good morning, Owl Owls. We are ready to learn and be the best that we can be. Today is Monday, April the 19th. Please stop what you're doing, stand, and join us in the pledges.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
As a student of Dallas School, today I will do my best to set a foundation and be a success. Be courteous to others and respectful at all times. To reach my potential, the responsibility is mine. The road is set, it starts with me. One day I'll graduate from a university.
Thank you, Owls. I hope that everybody had a great weekend and is ready to learn on this new Monday morning. We have a few announcements this morning. First of all, I want to congratulate the classes that had 100% perfect attendance for last week. We had the LSU Tigers 2D, Mrs. Daniels' class, great job. 5B, Mrs. G's class, great job. 2A, Mrs. Olguin's class, great job 2A. And 1A, Mrs. Torres' class. So we had 4 classes with perfect attendance. Remember that it's very important that you come to school and you log in each and every day. So I hope that everybody is logging in and staying logged in all day, that you're showing your face to the camera because it's very important that your teacher see you. And if you're coming into school, that you come in each and every day and are actively engaged. Great job, students. I want to remind you about the reading challenge. Remember that it's very important to read every night, and it's a great thing that's happening with the reading challenge. Mrs. Flores in a little bit will tell you more about it in her video. Celebrating a birthday this week, we have today Atticus Medina in 4A and Abdias Cota in 4B, Julian Gonzalez in 1D. Happy birthday! On the 22nd, we have Robert Gonzalez in 5B, and we also have Angel and Genesis Hinojosa from 5A. Also on the 22nd, we have David Peña from 5C. On the 24th, we have Isabela Murillo Barron from 2B. Happy birthday to all our owls that are celebrating this week. And now we have Mrs. Veyu and Mrs. Flores with some important announcements.
Good morning, boys and girls, and welcome to another week of school. As you all know, our spring reading challenge is going on now. As a matter of fact, it started on March the 29th, and it will end on May the 14th. As of today, we have some top readers to announce. Listen up. In kinder through second grade, we have in first place, Leila Sanchez. Congratulations, Leila. She's earned 17 points. Second place, Bradley Beer with 16.7 points. And in third place, Genevieve Aponte with 16.5 points. Congratulations, boys and girls. In third through fifth grade, we have in first place, Tavian Penaflor. Tavian has 30 points, boys and girls. You heard right. 30 points. Good job, Tavian. We also have Katerina Benko with 21 points and Daniel Vasquez with 18 points. Congratulations, all of you who have set goals and have reached them. Remember, boys and girls, you could still catch up. All you have to do is read and take your test on AR. To remember that the top readers will be awarded a bike, and there will be 2 lucky winners that will win a basket full of fun items. So, good luck to everyone, and remember to have a wonderful, wonderful week. See you around.
Good morning, everyone. I hope everyone enjoyed their weekend. Beginning this week, we will begin discussing humility. Humility is putting others first by giving up what we think we deserve. You can practice humility by trying these different things. Try holding the door open for someone, or try being last. Try waiting patiently, or try giving up your favorite treat to someone else. These are great things that'll help you learn humility. Also, coming up, we will be having Terrific Kid. I hope all of you have been practicing your 6 pillars of character. I hope to see you soon and have a great, great week. Bye-bye, boys and girls.
Thank you, Mrs. Flores and Mrs. Vey. A few announcements. We want to remind everyone that this Wednesday at 4 p.m., not 5, at 4 p.m., we will have our Coach Archie Duran community meeting, and it'll be via Zoom. So we will send that information through a call out and an email, and I will also post it through Dojo, and your teachers will also post it through Dojo. So please let your parents know that Wednesday at 4 will be our Coach Archie Duran community meeting. Teachers and staff, we will be having a faculty meeting this afternoon at 3:35 via the Zoom link through the calendar. Also, we will begin our College Mondays again. So if you have a UTEP shirt or any college shirt, LSU, Kansas, UT Austin, UTEP, I said UTEP, community college, any college or university shirt that you have, let's wear them all on Monday. Don't forget that if you have Saturday school, please make sure that you are logging on, or if you have tutoring in the afternoon, please make sure that you are logging that to that as well. It's very important that you're in working on your interventions. That's the announcements that we have for this week. Remember our DAWA core values: be positive, be respectful, be responsible, and be safe. Have a spectacular week, Owls.
Good morning, Tigers, and welcome to Monday, 18 April 2020. Good morning, Tigers, and welcome to Monday, 18 April 2021. For today's lesson, you indeed will need your Foundations notebook. Turn to a fresh page for the week, a writing tool, a growth mindset. Remember, growth mindset. Show what you know so you can use what you know to grow. We should not be staying the same. We should be improving every day. All right? And you are going to be sitting in the writing position when you are writing. All right? Do you have your materials? All right, here we go. Let's get started. Shall we? So, today in Ed Your Friend in Learning, we have a new story. Nan and Pop are staying with Vincent, Alex, and Papa while Mama is away. Pop tells a story about when Papa was a boy. What happened when Papa tried to ride a horse? We will have to learn some words and skills before we read so we can find out what happens in this story. So, since it's the first day of our high frequency word unit, we are going to follow the steps for our high frequency words. All right? Since we know the steps, we are not going to stop and tell you how to do it between each word. We are going to do our routine and write the word, lift your paper up, check your word against the screen. Lift your paper up, check, not right now, but when you get to that step in a word. All right? Only you know if you're doing your personal best, Tigers. So you're going to write number 1. And then let's do the routine with our first word, shall we? We're going to see the word. That means we're looking at the whole word. As you look at that whole word, you're thinking to yourself about what we call hunks and chunks. Those are actually syllables. We're looking for vowel patterns. We're looking for digraphs, all of those fancy worded things. We're just seeing what we notice. right? What do you notice? What do you wonder when you first see that word? All right? And then you are going to say the word. Say the word. Brother. Somebody said bother. Notice the BR. Burr. Brother. All right? Let's spell the word. Go ahead. With me. BROTHER. Write and check the word. And remember, when you're blending to write, you are blending with sounds. Blend to write the sounds. Brother. Brother. And then you are going to check your word against the screen. For those of you that have mastered cursive, this is a great time for you to practice your cursive writing because it allows you to pull those sounds instead of picking up your pencil. All right? Check your word against the screen. All right. Brother, what do you notice? What do you wonder? I notice the TH as well. That's a chunk. In ER. Bra. You might have read it as brother. Brother. And then you're going to hear yourself say it and flex it, right? The word is brother. All right? Let's move on to the next one. I have not highlighted anything in that word because there are really no unusual spellings there. All right? So let's move on and check the next word. Remember, look at the word. Think. See that suffix at the end? We're not saying it yet. If you see a suffix at the end and you think it's a suffix, look at the rest of the word. Now what do you notice? Oh, I notice that double consonant in the middle. All right? Say the word. The word is happened. Say the word. Happened. Spell the word. With me, go. H-A-P-P-E-N-E-D. Happened. Blend to write the word. This is number 2. Make sure you have skipped a line. Happened. Happened. Check your word against the screen. You don't have to show it to me, but I want you to check your own work. Because if I notice your mistake, you're not learning from your mistake. Happened. When you first looked at this word, you should have identified suffix ed. When you see ed at the end of a root word, say ed, d, or t. That comes from our phonics stance, doesn't it? Then I looked at the rest of the word. And I noticed right here 2 syllables. So I know I was going to have probably 3 syllables in this word. Or 3 word parts. Happened. Remember, a suffix is a syllable by itself, isn't it? Happened. Today it will happen. Yesterday it already happened. Right. Remember the meaning. Here we go. Next word. You should skip a line. Number 3. Skip a line. You should already have a number 3 on your paper. Right next to the edge. And I want that next word to start right under it. See the word? Say the word. Happy. Let's spell the word. H-A-P-P-Y. Vowel Y at the end of a word, I or E. The word is happy. Blend to write the word. E. Happy. Check your word against the screen. Notice it needs to have double P, letter P, because it's 2 syllable. Hap, P. And that vowel Y indeed says E because it's 2 syllable. Vowel Y 1 syllable, try, I. Vowel Y 2 syllable, baby, happy, E. Did you realize that? Did you notice the reason I or E? And if you don't realize that, you make I or E, and which one does it make sense? Happy, happy. Which one do you think? Happy. Let's move on to the. See the word. Say the word. Help. Spell the word. H-E-L-P. Pick up your pencil. Blend to write this word. Number 4. You should have skipped a line. Help. 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 Check it against the screen. Do you notice that consonant blend at the end? Op. Op. All right. You got it? You ready to move on? Skip a line, write number 5. Here we go. Look at the whole word. Look at the whole word. Look at that vowel pattern. Do not make a sound yet. Look at the word. I want you to look at the word. Think. What do you notice? What do you wonder? All right, now say the word. Home. Very good. Spell the word. H-O-M-E. Home. Pick up your pencil. Indeed, blend to write that word. Home. When you are blending to write home, you are not making a sound at that last letter because it is silent. However, if we didn't write it, we need to recognize, everybody on your paper, cover up the last letter with your finger. Do you notice something? We're going to talk about that in spring training camp today. All right, here we go. You ready for the next word? The next word is number 6. You should have skipped a line and write number 6. Here we go. Look at the word. Say the word. Mama. Mama. Spell the word. M-A-M-A. Pick up your pencil. Blend to write the word. Mama. All right, what do you notice? What do you wonder? Check your word against the screen. In the word ma, the letter A is making 2 different sounds, isn't it? But that's not irregular. The letter A actually has 4 sounds. A, ah. Ma, ma. All right. Many people call their mothers mama. Say the word again after me. Mama. Mama. And you may notice in the story, when we previewed the story, they called their mother mama in the story. All right? Next word. Let's go. Look at the whole word. Say the word. Papa. Spell the word. P-A-P-A. It's number 7. You should have skipped a line. Blend to write it. P-A-P-A. In this word, once again, that same letter is saying ah and it's saying But those are sounds of that letter. Pa-pa. All right. Here we go. Skip a line, number 8. Next word. Look at the whole word. Say the word. Spell the word. S-I-S-T-E-R. You may have noticed I spelled it according to what I think are the syllables or hunks, right? S-I-S-T-E-R. So when I'm writing it, and I'm writing sister, that's what I'm going to write. All right, pick up your pencil, blend to write the sounds in each syllable. Sister. Oftentimes when we do not blend or even think about the sounds in the word we're writing, we often leave out a letter. All right? Check your word against the screen. Check your letter formation. How many snake bites do we have in this word? 2? We should have none at this point. Sister. And I also notice, did you notice? ER at the end of a word. We had that in number 1 as well. ER at the end of a word. There's many spellings for the sound, but ER at the end of a word. All right? Here we go. Next one. Look at the whole word. It's a long word. What do you notice? What do you wonder? And I don't even want to say it yet. I just want you to notice in your mind quickly. We're programming that little brain up there. Actually, it's not a little brain. It's a huge brain. We're just programming it so you can use more of it. All right? The average person uses only 10% of their brain. That's a very small percentage. We want to train it to use more. All right? And we can only do that by identifying patterns. What patterns do you see in this word? All right? This word is suddenly. Say the word. Suddenly. Spell the word. SUDDENLY. Suddenly. Pick up your pencil, blend to write each syllable. The sounds you hear in the syllable. Suddenly. Then check your word against the screen. Snake bites. Did you notice suffix "ly" at the end of the word? It tells how something was done. Did you notice 2 syllables in this word? Each one having its own vowel sound. Even this syllable has a vowel sound, doesn't it? I'm sorry, the suffix, which is a syllable too. I'm telling you that because there's going to be a pattern we're going to focus on this week. I have always told you that every word has a vowel, but more importantly now, every syllable or word part has its own vowel sound. If you don't know a word, how are you going to clap it out to find the number of syllables in that word? You can't, but you can look for vowel patterns in each syllable or word part. All right, here we go. Next word. This is the last one coming up, number 10. Look at the entire word. Somebody said "s" already. Look at the word. Hunks and chunks. Get those surfboards ready. Okay, see the word. I know you're not seeing this. You're not seeing this. I want you to see this. All right. So, now say the word. Say it. Surprise is this word. Say the word again. Surprise. Now look at the word while you say it. It does no good to just repeat what I'm saying. You have to look at that word and blend to read as you say surprise. And then you're going to see that's exactly what surprise should say, isn't it? All right, pick up your pencil. Blend to write surprise. Surprise. We notice in the first, We notice in the first syllable or word part, the vowel sound is er. That's an R control vowel sound, isn't it? We notice in the second word part or syllable, the vowel pattern is vowel, this I, letter I, separated E. We've been calling it, right? So it's I, and then some stuff in the middle, plus E, right? And that will be I, and he will be silent. That might be spring training camp this week. But anyways, this word should not be hard for you to read. If you've been practicing your hunks and chunks and blending to read strategy and blending to write. All right, these should be coming automatic to your brain. Spelling is a totally different ballpark. But when we're reading, we know You are. We know I-S-E is eyes. Right? Yes, that's a voiced S. Surprise. If you say surprise, and then you're automatically going to flex that to surprise, the voiced sound of that S, right? So S says S or Z, but those sounds are so similar that your brain is automatically going to flex it back and forth just based on blending to read, blending to write, and rereading for fluency. That, my friends, is why we do all that crazy stuff every day. Not only every day, but about 3 times every day. Here we go. So hold up your papers. I forgot to say, check your snakes on that last word. Make sure there's no snake bites. Okay, hold up your papers. Show the class how neat your line is. I just want to look how neat your line is getting because you're being mindful and you're paying attention to what you're doing. You're not just doing it because Miss Daniels told you to. You're doing it because it's helping you to become a better reader. Even writing helps you become a better reader because you make those patterns permanent. All right? So, let's read. Clear your throats. Unmute your mics. Unmute them, unmute them, unmute them. Don't worry if it messes up the meeting. I know how to fix it. We certainly know how to fix messes at this point, don't we? All right, here we go. From the top, I'm listening. I'm not going to read. 1, 2, 3, go. Should be reading your paper. Hold up your paper. I need to see you reading your paper. Suddenly. Don't leave out that n. Base word is sudden. Suffix ly. Tells how something is happening. Suddenly. Don't leave off that n at the end. That's what I heard. All right. And the last word. Say it again. Surprise! Whose party is it? Okay, so those are our high frequency words for week 30. And I'm writing that on the top of my paper so I remember what words to use to put in alphabetical order this week, all right? Here we go. Let's play with sounds in words. Okay, my friends, are you ready to make connections? Here we go. You have learned several vowel teams that stand for long vowel sounds. Remember, the vowel teams have 2 letters but stand for 1 sound. We are going to review them now. And also, you may notice, right over there is your key sentence for which sound? A. And tell me the key sentence for A. If you don't remember, it's up there on the board. I'm sorry, on the screen. Right. They came to play with the 8 great trains on the table. During, I believe it was week 3 of Advanced Phonics Camp, you studied this sound and all the spellings for the key sound, right? So you may have remembered this from the beginning of the year when we talked about these spellings. Now we just brought it all together, all right? So I want to remind you that week 6, that's next week, you need to know your key sentences and the spellings for the words in that key sentence, because you might be expected to write your key sentence in a showdown with another team, all right? We have 3 teams, only one will come out as the Space Camp astronauts of the year. All right? So don't forget, they came to play with the 8. Eagle has the long E sound at the beginning. You learn 3 vowel teams that can stand for the long E. But did you learn more than that? I think you did, my friends. What is our key sentence for the E sound? As he dreams of cookies, he sees many of these. So we learned much more than 3 spellings for the E sound, didn't we? And once again, you will be required or challenged to know this sentence and know how to write it correctly when needed in week 6 Space Camp. All right? All of these spellings are within our key sentence, aren't they? Let's go on to the next connection we're going to make between our foundations lessons and our spring training camp advanced phonics practice. All right? So, ice cream has the long I sound at the beginning, as is in our sound spelling card from earlier in the year. You learned 2 vowel teams at that time that can stand for the long I sound. Look at the words. The first word is pie and the first word is high. You also learned from our keyword sentence more spellings for the I sound, didn't you? And what is our key sentence for the I sound? That was from last week. What is the sentence? Right. I like to try to find the right pie. So we learned I by itself. We learned I separated E. We learned vowel Y, 1 syllable I. We learned I, like find. We learned IGH and IE, which, of course, those 2 you already knew. So you see, through Foundations and Advanced Phonics Camp, you've learned to identify all of the sounds of I when you are reading. All right? Let's see what else we have learned, my friends. Don't forget, you're going to need to know that keyword sentence next week. I like to try to find the right pie. Don't forget where we started. This might be the most popular key sentence. Tell me this key sentence. Right. Go home to show the boat to Joe. And what is the key sound? O. And we learned many spellings for the O sound. Previously in the year, you learned that OA, as in coat, is O, and OW is O. It's also ow, so we flex it sometimes. But OW indeed is the O sound. Through your Advanced Phonics Camp, you have learned the rest of the spellings for the O that are on our sound spelling card. O, just O, like go, open syllable. O, separated E. OA, OW that we just talked about, and OE. So what's our key sentence for the O sound? Go home to show the boat to Joe. I don't know why that's the most popular, but I think it's the most fun to say. They're all fun to say. But go home to show the boat to Joe is always a very popular one. Let's see what else we should know. Uniform has the long U sound at the beginning. In our sound picture spelling card, you see a picture of a uniform. You learned that 2 vowel teams that can stand for the long U. Look at the words, blue and new. The letters UE stand for U at the end of a word. The next word is new. The letters EW stand for U at the end of a word. You have not had this keyword sentence, but you will after spring training camp. If you graduate spring training camp, there are a couple more steps you will take in your advanced phonics journey, all right? And this sentence will be, as a rule, I love to wear my new cool blue shoes. All right? And you'll notice new, ooh, ooh. So the long U sound sometimes is a little bit difficult to make because it's really the ooh sound, right? So that is why we study the long U pattern with the study of the ooh sound. All right? You're not responsible for that next week, but I wanted to give you a preview of what's coming up. Don't forget those key sounds you do need to know. So now let's practice really quick blending to read 2 words that have some of these long patterns, all right? So immediately when I put this screen up, you should have scanned the whole word. Quick scan, because in your programmed brain that is recognizing patterns like this without even talking about them, you automatically recognize this pattern. Not only because it's on a tile, 2 letters on a tile by themselves, but if this was in a word, you would automatically see that pattern. Because we're no longer looking at just the beginning of the word, are we? Oh, goodness, no, taggers. We are looking for things we identify, things that pop out at us, like, I know what that is. I know what suffixes are, and I know how to identify them even without marking them. So I can read the rest of the word and then add a suffix to modify its meaning. All right, let's do that now. Blend to read the base word. Just the base word? Lean. I should not hear la. I should hear lee. And then if you need to go back to the beginning and start over because you lost your breath or drop the blend as you read, go back to the beginning. It's all good. Go to the beginning and pick up another sound every time you do it. All right? So let's go back to the beginning and blend to read together. Lean. Lean. The base word is lean. Suffix is, blend to read the suffix, est. And the word is leanest. If something is the leanest, that means we're comparing it with 2 or more things, aren't we? So it's actually 3 items we're comparing. The leanest one, the leaner one, and the lean one. So lean, leaner, leanest. And lean, this lean means, like if you go to the store and you buy a piece of meat, maybe a steak or chicken, you want to get the one that's lean. That means the fat has been cut off. It's lean. Because it's healthier for you to eat meat that is lean. Right? So you want to get the leanest one you can find. The problem is that's usually the most expensive, the priciest. Sometimes you have to pay for quality, but in the long run, my friends, it will benefit you because you'll save more money on the doctor. Just a little health tip there. Let's do the next one. Scan, 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 scan. Scan, scan, scan. 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 You notice? You see what I see? All right. So when I say you see what I see, I mean you have already identified that prefix that comes before, so it's prefix, and you've already identified the vowel pattern and thought about what sound it's going to make, all right? Read the prefix. Read the base word. Remember, it can be a base word that's after the prefix because the prefix has to become before the base word, so it can modify or change the meaning of the base word. All right? Put them together. And what's the word? Unload. Good job. I like the way you blended and kept those sounds glued. I heard somebody that was blending kind of stop, and then they said, oh, I guess I got to start over, and they just started over. All right, and that's what you need to do. You should not hear when you're reading the base word, ooh, oh, duh. The problem with that is your brain is not hearing the word. So it's going to be almost impossible to identify what an unknown word is if you're not getting the sounds together and telling your mind by blending to read strategy, all right? Remember what works. Practice it when the words are kind of familiar, because then scientists, when you study plants today, you're going to be able to read the word botany. Trust me. Here we go. Oh, one more. Blend to read the base word. And again, tell me the suffix. All right. So you told me dream and ing. And the word is dreaming. I'm dreaming of vowel sounds. Ah. Imagine. All right. That's it for our Foundations morning lesson and Connection to Space Camp. So now we are ready to read Missing Mama is the name of the story. And remember, on your high frequency words this week, you have the word mama, and the word papa, and the word sister, and the word brother. I wonder if the rest of the words will be on here as well in the story. Great way to practice your high frequency words is to read them in context or within a story. All right? All right. Just a reminder that you have art at 9:45 today. Everybody, Lati-Dati, is going to go to their Foundations evidence. Take a nice picture of your beautiful work. Then you are going to read your words to me and submit it as a draft. As soon as you submit as a draft in Seesaw, I will be able to see it to review. All right? Make sure you have a nice picture. And it doesn't have to be squeezed tiny. You can take up that whole page, because I want to see your beautiful letter formation. And I don't want to get bit by a snake, so make sure I don't get bit by a snake with those s. All right? I like snakes, but I don't want to be bit because I respect them. All right? So art today at 9:45. Do not be late if you're at home. And if you're at home and you're logged in at 9:45 and it hasn't started yet, be patient. If you're bored, practice reading your high frequency words. I don't know. Or your word sort. I don't know. So, toodaloo, Tigers, you do know what to do. Don't forget your fluency story this week. It's another amazing story. Maybe I said that because I'm the one that put it in there, but trust me, I try to give you amazing stories about real things that happen in your life, okay? So, I'll see you. How do I stop? Do, 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 do. Brother happened, happy, help, home, mama, papa, sister, suddenly, surprise. I think I'm ready to record now. Maybe I should practice again. Brother happened. Don't forget the n. Happened. Happy, help, home, mama, papa, sister, suddenly. Surprise. Ooh, I saw a connection between happen, and sudden. Oh, hey, you're still here. I'm just practicing to read my high frequency words before I go turn them in, because I like to always do my personal best. Doesn't mean I'm not going to mess up, but I'm going to give it my best shot. I'm going to fix some letters that I had backwards. I'm going to be so proud of myself. Let me practice again. Brother, happened, happy, help, home, mama, papa, sister. Sudden, suddenly, suddenly, suddenly. Surprise, 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 surprise. I like that word. Ooh, time is up. I've got to head to my Seesaw Journal.